this is friggin' just gonna risk that this is recording. Having a bit of trouble here, but here I go. This is a bit of an experiment in many ways, but I'm gonna try and make a first cooking video. In this video I'm gonna attempt to show everybody how to make some bloody good and easy French bread. Got a bread machine, takes all the hard work out of it, and it's one of the most simplest recipes that is. I'm having a cup of water, having a bit of salt, a bit of sugar, and a bit of flour, and then finally a bit of bread yeast. And before I put it in I take it out of the bread machine, dough cycle, 1.5 hours, take it out, punch it down in a bowl, let it rise for 1/2 hour, divvy it up in a couple of French loaves, in a couple of bunches of dough, roll them out, 2 nice French loaves, put them on a pan with some cornmeal on the bottom, bit of olive oil and cornmeal so it won't stick, in the oven, bit of water, and you're going to have a bit of egg yolk to brush the top with and make it nice and brown, and Bob's your uncle. First thing we do, fill it cold water. Now, you don't want too warm water, but you want it at least room temperature, and if it's a few degrees above it, like so. Whoops, there we go, into the microwave. One of those times that microwave is very useful, you know, a bit of trial and error. Oops, started off with an error, bit of trial and error here. Let's give it about 35 seconds, see how it feels then. The other thing is really important to have is that makes life a lot easier if you got a nice bunch of measuring cups. Same thing with measuring spoons. Need my tablespoon. There we go. Tablespoon. Actually, 2 tablespoons are always useful to have. And let's see how that is. That's got to be doing fine. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Right. Shit. God damn it to hell. I'll have to try that again. That's a little bit on the warm side. This is a good way to start. Anyway, you don't do as I do, just do as I say. I didn't say I'd make a good job of it, but it should encourage anybody who hasn't tried this before. Actually, it's so long since I've done it, it might as well. That was definitely way too raw. Let's try it. Maybe even 20 seconds is pushing it, but you know, frig, I like to push it a bit. I look a complete and utter fucking mess, and I must say I feel a bit of a mess. Alright, that should do it. Test that out. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, yes. Oh, it's almost like testing baby milk it is, you know, you heat up that milk for your baba. Oh, dingo. Okay. Got 1 cup of water in there. What's the next thing I'm gonna do? You may well ask. Alright, in a bread machine, the first thing you do is you kind of add everything that's going to dissolve in the water. And as I say, there aren't too many ingredients. I'll add a tablespoon of white sugar. This came with, I don't know whether it was a bread machine or it came with something, but it's a very useful measuring device. Don't know where you could get one of these, but shit, I I love it because it, theoretically it makes life a lot easier unless you're demonstrating it. Alright, there you go. 1 tablespoonful of sugar into the water. Right, put that down, get rid of the sugar. Next ingredient, we're going to have just 1 teaspoonful of salt. Find this quite useful. I find it nice to use that as when you're cooking and stuff to get a bit of a sprinkle of salt, and I don't usually have to bother filling it because when I'm making my bread I hold my measuring device over the salt bowl. Oh, this is getting a bit empty. Time to order some more salt. And I like to have a knife handy. See, don't have to be this much of a perfectionist. Alright, that's that. Now all we need to do now, we've got water, we've got sugar, we've got salt. Only remaining thing is 2.5 cups of, most recipes call for bread flour. In Canada we've got pretty hard white flour, so I just usually buy your common or garden cheap everyday white flour, unless there's one goes on sale. And flour is one of those things that quite frequently go on sale, and it's one of those things if you buy it in bulk it's a lot cheaper. So I invested in a few of these things that, that way I can buy, I think it's a 10 kilogram of, Jesus Christ, is that the white flour? Don't have enough light. Hold on a sec, just gonna check under my range hood light. Have a look closer look, it's smelling more like whole wheat flour. Can't believe I could muddle that up. This isn't going quite as planned, but to give, oh yes, I thought I'd made a mistake. Oh, that could have been a calamity. Although it probably wouldn't have been quite that big. Bread is enormously forgiving. You can make all sorts of mistake when you're making your bread dough. I find it enormously forgiving. Unlike, I had a grandfather who briefly made his own bread. He started complaining that he couldn't get decent bread anymore. That's better. And it was a fucking nightmare. My grandparents had a house near Felixstowe at the time. I think they were there, and they were very close to where Tish was sent off to school. And so when we were in Singapore, Granny and Grandpa, she stayed with them and went to school from them, poor thing, for a year. Okay. Now we're back to where we should have been. We should probably edit this, but that's way beyond my skill level at the time. So I'm gonna make this in a couple of stages. I'll be putting this in the bread machine, and at a dough cycle it'll take half an hour. So an hour and a half. So when I take it, I'll put it on the bread machine, then I'll try and do all the things I should have been doing before. Is that my half cup? Yeah. I But leave me when I'm doing this. Sometimes I'll be thinking of something else and won't be paying attention to what I'm doing, or the phone will ring. Alright, now get those all ready, put away neatly. Yes, please leave. Alright, thoroughly clean this because I'll be rolling my, eventually I'll be rolling my flour on the table. Let's just check the picture. I want to make sure that everything's here. Alright, last thing is the yeast. If ever I get round to posting this, I'll hope to put it on my YouTube channel, which is recognised probably for a good reason, and it will have the vague it will have the recipe I'm using underneath, and when it comes time to roll the bread and get it in the oven, there's 1 teaspoonful, I think. Oh, is that a half teaspoon? It's doesn't look like a teaspoon. No, what am I looking at? That's the half. I'm beginning to wonder. This is the trouble with me. I lose track of things. Did I put a teaspoonful in already? I think I may have done. Let's have a look in here. Good God alive, this is going to be a fucking disaster. I can't even remember. I don't think I did. I think I'll put a teaspoonful in now. Hopefully I haven't done that yet. Well, it'll be popping out the top of this when I take it out of the bread machine at an hour and a half from now. Okay, now I have to alter the settings on my bread machine. I'll show you where that is. There we go. Point my camera down the hall. Okay, you can see it looks terribly long. It's actually about 12 feet from here to the... Should I turn all my rings off? No, it must be past cooking smells drifting to my nose. Okay, this is cunningly designed drawer here with, yes, Hazley, designed with the bread machine. Now they're both risen. Forgive my back, I'm yelling. All right, now. Well, be nice to you. Here we go, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. I've got things to do while that's cooking. So, this will be the end of, yeah, look at that. This will be the end of part 1. I'm going to resume this an hour and a half from now, and then the awful truth will be found out. You know, did I add too much of the bread yeast? Okay, and I'm going to be switching the camera, because GD wants that. Yes. Yeah. The animals need attention. I've got to clean up the kitchen, got a few things to do. It's pretty late to be doing this. I got it streamed not too long from now, and I wanted to have the bread making all finished so I can have the French bread with my cold salmon and mayo tonight. Anyway, end of part 1.